Hello, beautiful people. Chris-Anne Long here, hoping you're ready for this dose of positivity. I'm inspired today to share some of my favorite thoughts about being heard. I work with many different people, and all of them have something important to say. All of them. My favorite part of my job is to listen, encourage, coach, and ultimately help my clients understand why they need to get really good at telling their stories, and why no one else can tell it as well as they can. That's where the trouble usually begins. Today, there are millions of people clamoring to be heard. Together, we're all looking at this mosh pit of thoughts, and we're terrified of throwing ourselves into it. The fear comes from unknown sources. Most of the time, it's not even identified as fear. It's described as too difficult to learn, or not important enough to warrant the time, or too time-consuming. You'd rather someone else do it for you. And if you ask enough people, you might find someone who will do it for you. But then, it's not your story. It's their version of your story. So what's the solution? Well, maybe this is a simplification, but I don't really think so. First, you need to understand the power of your voice. You need to leverage the relationships you have now, and you need to listen to the stories of those around you. And then you need to care about their stories, first and foremost. You're a human being, first and foremost, and no matter what you say, the studies reveal that your most basic human need is connection. Without this, we can't thrive. It's no different in your business. You need connection in order for your business to thrive. The trouble is, there's too much noise, pollution, and for some reason, all of the good and decent messages are being throttled down by the gimmicks and the lies. You know that feeling you get when you're running close to your allotted data with your service provider and nothing seems to work very well? That's called throttling your data. What if we could throttle up the good stuff? I believe we can. I believe your voice is worth sharing, and if more of us believed that, maybe we'd be able to throttle down the noise and we'd eventually be where we all want to be, valued. The point isn't in just telling your story, it's in making your story worth hearing. And while your voice is important and your story matters, the real way to be heard is to start by listening. Answering questions, letting other important voices be heard too, and lifting the voices that matter above the noise, sharing a glimmer of what's important in this world, filled with clickbait and fake news. Giving a little gets you so much further today than it ever has, because quite frankly, we're all wanting the same thing. And the ones who are going to get what they need are the ones who step forward and give it to others first. I don't suggest that this is going to be easy, but I do suggest that it is necessary for all of us to grow.